Welcome back. This is XLVII 47 interviews. This is episode 6. We got Broken Lens up in here.
What's good?
Yeah, also known as Elias. Where did you get the name Broken Lens from?
So, it was a long while of debating, because I was going through a period of trying to figure out, like, a name that really defines my mission. You know what I'm saying? Of what I'm trying to do with this, like, statement, if you will. Because that's what artists are kind of doing, in a sense, always just making a statement. But the name comes from breaking the normal way of thinking, the normal perspective, right? Because I feel like society tries, to give us this lens to think of, as, like, simple as that may sound, but it comes in many forms. And sometimes if you don't know what that is, like, you could get taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So it's just
sure.
that, but it translates into a lot of other meanings as well, especially as far as, like, just pushing the art to like a new level and different like experimentations with things like that. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yeah, that's huge. It's Broken Lens, everyone. Broken Lens. Yeah, let's do that. That's huge.
I appreciate it, man.
Where did you grow up at?
So for the most part, here in Erie, Colorado.
It's huge. Shout out to Erie.
Oh yeah. I was born in Madison, Wisconsin. Moved to Arizona when I was like 2. Lived there when I was 8. Moved here, been here pretty much ever since, and just kind of branched off a little bit in college and whatnot, but I've always pretty much just come back to around this area. It's like,
yeah,
I don't know, something about it, you know what I'm saying?
Totally, yeah. Shout out to Erie, Colorado there. Yeah, totally. Where do you go? What do you study? Yeah, you said you go to college. Are you still in college right now?
Yeah, not now. But when I was in college, I studied a lot of things. It's centered around like psychology and neuroscience, for the most part, and then just figuring out my way with that, because I am still very passionate about those things, and
for sure, yeah.
It's just a hobby. You feel me? But I had I had to like pick, something. To really focus on, you know what I'm saying, for like my career and stuff. So I decided that music was the way. I studied songwriter entrepreneurship at CU Denver, which was an incredible opportunity.
Huge.
It was fucking lit, honestly. Like, it's an incredible program, and like, shout out to that program. Everyone's just a little different. And I found my path with a company called Youth on Record, which, have you heard of that company?
I have not. No.
They're amazing. They focus on youth music artists, and just they are a nonprofit, and they just focus on enriching the community there in Denver, and they provide all sorts of services, just educating people and giving people opportunities with that. I was fortunate enough to get into their fellowship program.
Huge, yeah.
It was incredible, and I would recommend it to anyone who is just looking to really like get very very hands-on with like just the industry, and in Denver specifically, and also just very technical aspects. And it was just
did you meet a lot of cool artists in that environment and area as well, being in there? Yeah.
Oh yeah, so many, and just so much variety and stuff too, and different perspectives.
Yeah, no,
it's just
totally
cool. But yeah, and then doing that sort of thing, I found that I really wanted to get more immersed in, like, I guess I would say more hands-on stuff, because in school you are really honing in on like very technical, like almost theoretical aspects. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like in music.
Even like music theory too. Did you study that at all? Yeah.
Yeah. I took a class. So in this program I only did one semester, and it was incredible. I never graduated. That's why I left to do more stuff that's just hands-on, kind of just going to learn on my own. But taking stuff like that, it opens your eyes to almost the simplicity, but I feel like it leaves so much that you're like, yo, this is like tip of the iceberg that you can do creatively. If you get what I mean.
Oh yeah, totally.
It's weird to think about. I don't know. Have you ever studied like new music theory at all or anything?
I haven't
Okay,
actually.
okay,
No.
Okay.
Interesting. Do you mind like going into like what is music theory for like these niblets over here?
Oh, totally.
I feel like they're vibing.
I was honestly kind of confused about it first time I heard about it, and it's
music
just
theory is deep. Like I know the biggest thing is even having frequencies can affect your mood and the way like you feel things. That's why some people use a certain frequency in like happy or sad songs as well. There's a lot of things that go into really cool things like that. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah, and that's definitely an aspect of it, and it's just, I guess I would say the main thing to boil it down would just be it relates all instruments together. You know what I'm saying? Because there's one scale, if you get what I mean. There's one staff, you feel me? And all the instruments they're playing at the same. Do you play any instruments?
I don't. A
guitar
just my voice.
And piano.
Just my voice.
I learned enough. Like I'm not a master. I'm not like improving crazy stuff, but I know enough to make kind of any chord anywhere. And what I realized on these is the piano. It's linear, right? We all kind of know that. We see it right
For
there.
sure.
But in guitar, I was always kind of like, what the heck is that? How do I relate it? But it's literally like when I learned about the guitar theory as well, there are multiple like grids or lines that you can play a scale on, if you get what I mean.
Okay.
Because if you think about it, it's it's basically 6 pianos next to each other.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like to not like, I hope that doesn't confuse anything. It's like
for the viewers or anything.
Literally, it's a line just like the piano, right? And it's a line, and each fret is kind of the same as each note, and essentially, like the grid in the 4 is like. Okay, so here, let me explain that. I sound high as fuck right now. Okay, look, the grid in the 4, okay, that means something, and 4 frets, and it goes across 6 strings, and then that's gonna be 2 of your scales, right? And then you can also do it on each line. So I don't know. So everyone gets all confused because they're like, what the fuck? A guitar, a piano, a fucking trumpet, why the fuck? You know what I mean? And then music theory is like, oh, they're all actually the same.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, for sure. What's your thought on just like going randomly on a track without using any music theory? Just kind of, what is it? Freestyling it, basically.
Yeah, dude. I love doing that. I would say that's my main way I personally work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, totally. I feel like it helps us as artists that way. It helps build us some creativity too to put in our tracks, which is nice. We're not formed to an outline, yeah.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to be
Totally.
be constrained, you know what I mean? And music theory, I feel like a lot of people, sometimes you might not like it too, and I felt this way a little bit, obviously you get like that sometimes when you don't understand something, but you can think, oh, it's giving us all these limitations, right? It's saying, oh, this is how this scale is, this chord is, right? Everything seems so black and white, but it's like when you're doing what you said and going at it without limitations of that, it creates things that are like, they're more unique, they're more human, you know what I mean? You might use a scale that's like not even allowed technically, right? And like or a note that's not even allowed, or something like that. obviously I don't know it to that depth to where I know all of the rules, but
true.
It's just the only way I use it personally is just to identify those ideas that I have in my head. You feel me?
Yeah, hell yeah, so, totally.
Yeah, I go off that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you have any upcoming projects you want to share or promote that you're gonna be releasing here soon, or anything like that?
Definitely got some stuff coming for you this year. So don't even worry about that.
Huge.
That shit's coming in hot. But this past album that I dropped in November, y'all all need to listen to that.
Yeah, let's talk about that album. That's huge. That's a really big project by you.
Yeah. It is a big project and it's hype, but it's also something that I feel is kind of a statement, like a cultural statement about the times we are in right now. Because the title, The Man, right? It's talking about, the government, you know what I mean? The big brother, or however that may look in your life, right? Whoever's controlling you, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't realize when that happens, you feel me? And it's also, it has multiple meanings, it's about feeling like the man. You know what I'm saying? And also, for the fucking OGs, when I first started fucking rapping, I went with The Man as my fucking rap name.
Yes, I remember
So don't you forget that shit, motherfucker.
What's the change there? We already went through the Broken Lanes. Yeah, like Broken Lens was huge, but what sparked the change between The Man to Broken Lens?
That one hurt. I ain't gonna lie. No, not really though. Not really. It was a beautiful change, because I feel like Broken Lens defines what my mission is so much more, you feel me, than The Man could.
For sure.
Because it's kind of undeniable. You feel me? When you say it's literally, that's what it is. You feel me? At face value. But on top of that too, to give some game to artists out there, the internet is kind of like the world in the sense that you got real estate on there, and your SEO is your real estate online. And if you have a name no one else has, it puts you leagues ahead instantly.
For sure.
Without having to do all the work on the back end of reverse engineering that shit, if you were to try to claim something like The Man. And also, shout out, there's several rappers that went with that before. So shout out all the OGs. So shout out The Man. You know what I'm saying? We are all The Man. I hope you know. Even if you're a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Type.
The Man.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
What's your goal in like music as a whole? Like, what's your end goal? Do you want to be famous? Do you want to touch people's emotions, hearts? What do you want to do with that?
I would say the end goal would be to just like touch people's hearts. I think and hopefully connect with someone who needs to hear the stuff that I'm saying.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Cause as an artist, I'm sure you can relate. We do all types of songs, right? We do fun songs, sad songs, all type of shit, right? But there are some songs where you really trying to say something. You know what I mean? Totally. And I feel like those are the songs that for me, they feel like therapy to write them.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And I feel like when I listen to it, even songs back in the day that I feel like therapy to write it, I listen to it, it would help me. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I would hope someone else could feel like that as well. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah.
And I feel like that would be a good end goal. But also just to lift up the vibe, you feel me? Like make it lit. Sure, you know what I mean? Like
music is everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
In our last little podcast, we were talking about how music's just so universal that it just brings everyone together. What's your thoughts on Colorado music? Have you been in touch with like the Colorado scene at all? The rappers on that scene there?
Yeah. Definitely like a little bit. Especially like the the underground scene, like and all that kind of stuff. And it's like definitely like so many chill people, so many super talented people. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
Colorado's a good state for music, guys. We gotta put that on there for sure.
Oh yeah, no. no lie, bro. It's you know, a lot of people are doing like some different stuff, some like unique stuff, you know what I mean? That's like, yeah, you know, so you gotta come down here and see it.
Do you have any cool homies you want to shout out that have been doing some cool stuff in the Colorado scene by chance there?
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, there's a lot. She Who Won't Be Named.
I've actually heard of that person before. Yeah.
She's the best. You know, she's a really great, you know, mentor to a lot of artists, to me included, and she runs an open mic called Inner Circle. It's an amazing time, you know, just to kind of hone your craft, you know, just to listen to some fire artists, you know what I mean, just enjoy yourself. And she's really doing a lot to uplift the community, you know, bring people together, you know, through music, and also through the creation of music too, which I think is powerful.
Beautiful. To even get the producers and stuff like that in there too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's so important, you know, empower them to do that. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's a lot of folks out there though.
There is,
you know
a lot.
What I'm saying?
Even the Denver Spotlight. Congratulations on being on the Spotlight, by the way. I voted for you, yes.
I appreciate it. Yeah, dude, you as well. Congratulations, my man.
Everyone go vote for Broken Lens and Hopeless for Underground Artist of Colorado of the Year. That's huge. But when I was on there, when I was voting, there's so many artists now, dude. Like, there is a lot of artists in Colorado. We have a lot of unique artists and a lot of... it's everywhere. I hope that Colorado... I mean, me personally, I feel like all we need is that one person. And if they truly fuck with the state and like the music scene in our state, they could really help out everyone else. You know what I mean?
Totally.
For sure.
Totally. I feel like just that vibe of like multiple people, you know what I mean? Just doing their thing, you know what I mean? And I think that's absolutely what we need. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I
feel like the Colorado community is pretty close, which I appreciate. You gotta like go in there. I don't know if you follow like Mile High Minute and all them, but those are pretty good Colorado just blogs keeping you updated on artists and stuff like that.
Hell yeah.
Do you have any upcoming shows or anything that you're gonna be performing live here soon?
You know, not planned. You know, just trying to get things together for the year, you know, on all kinds of, you know, business back end stuff, and also just figuring out like our agenda as far as besides the music, right? Because obviously I'm definitely gonna set up a show that's big this year, and definitely will have other shows throughout as I can plan, but this year is really gonna be focused on
2026
creating a lot. You know what I'm saying? And
for sure.
I
feel like for me, I'm on a really huge step for this year to try not to consume but to create. I feel like a lot of people consume and just like scroll and like watch videos, but I want to be that video that they're watching now, you know what I mean? Type shit. So that's my goal, is just to create and not consume as much. You can come in here. You can stay in here. All right.
Yeah.
Do you plan on staying in Colorado for your entire career here? Or do you plan on moving out, venturing out?
I would like to travel for sure. I would like to stay here as long as possible, though. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And just I don't know. I love Colorado. Like I've traveled a lot of places, you know, and I just, you know,
have you performed at any other state than Colorado by chance?
No, honestly, that's on my bucket list.
Yes,
though.
for sure.
That's on my bucket list. Have you?
I have not, but that's also on my bucket list. I definitely want to go perform. So I feel like that would be heat, just because no one will know me there, and I'll just feel like a superstar.
Yeah, no, for real though.
Yeah.
For real though, dude.
I can just put it all out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's big though. Definitely want to work up to that for sure.
For music creation, what do you usually do for your music creation? Do you go to a studio? Do you have a home studio?
I love the concept of a home studio, you feel me? But
sure.
like, I feel like like, can we all agree there's like an extent you can go to where
yes.
it's like that's fucking professional at that point. You know what I mean? For sure. So like, dude, I try to keep it real, true home studio. You feel me? But at like max professional. So it's good. You feel me? And it works.
Totally.
So that's where I like to do a lot of shit because the vibes are high, they're nice. It's at my house, you know. But I love to go to other studios as well and collab with people and stuff like that.
I feel like with home studios too, again with the creativity, you just have more of that creativity, that creativity freedom, which I love. Yeah. I mean, like, obviously when you got to be super close with like the engineer at a studio for them to like truly like work with you too, which is a little odd. You could just pay a random engineer, but they wouldn't really vibe with you. You know what I mean? So that creative process of just being able to like mix or like put something in I want real quick is also pretty cool. I feel like for a home studio,
definitely, you got like more control. You can do it all yourself.
Yeah, totally,
dude. That's what I love about producing yourself.
Yes,
honestly. Have you always been producing yourself?
I have not. I've been using a lot of beats from other producers. You want to talk about that? He produces all of his beats, by the way, which is huge.
No, not all of, not completely all of them.
For sure, most of them.
From now. I'm trying to do that more.
Yes.
I have an album called Turnt. 10 of those are my shit, right? Fully. So I'm working on that, but I actually started just buying beats off YouTube because, dude, you can like vibe with a producer that way.
Yes,
you feel me?
No, for sure.
Like you can find one and like you like a bunch of their shit and you might just like make an album EP or some shit, you know what I mean? And I think that's something that's really cool about you know, the that kind of industry, you know, selling the beats off YouTube. But
I would say a lot of artists miss that too, and that's why they get screwed over in the end. Like for me, since I do use a lot of YouTube beats, I try to stick to a few producers, and I'm really close to those producers. Like they comment on all my stuff, I comment on all their stuff, they always hit me up and stuff like that. That's what I feel like a lot of artists miss when they're getting YouTube beats, because like, let's say that YouTube beat did blow up, like, and that producer didn't know you, they're gonna want something of that, you know what I mean, for sure. No, and that's where things get a little iffy. And when you're buying like leases, did you buy like a lease or exclusives for those YouTube beats? Yeah,
absolutely. Totally. Yeah, I went about it the legal way fully. I didn't do exclusives because you can like buy the next license, you know what I'm saying? And then you just keep doing that shit as you like get your streams. I don't really know, to be honest.
Yeah, so basically
I'm trying to figure that out.
Yeah, how that works ASAP. Is with a lease, it's so weird. So like, yeah, that gives you a contract when you buy a lease on like BeatStars. But basically you have a set amount of streams. Let's say you obviously buy a wave lease, you want the wave. That wave lease has, let's say that producer puts it to 50,000 streams. So let's say you get past 50,000 streams, legally you're required just to buy another lease. Yeah. So like every time you get 50,000 streams, you're paying that producer that 40K there to keep their song up. But then you got to look into the terms and rights, because every time you buy a beat, you get the file, but you also get the like terms of service. Yeah. And in that terms of service, it does have the royalty splits in the side of there. It has how much the producer wants. Yeah. A lot of artists forget that, and then when their song blows up, things just get a little legally iffy. Yeah. Which is pretty scary.
Yeah, because they don't hang on to the money. So they buy it for you to make it look like you bought it, bro. That's nasty, bro. Exactly. That's dirty.
That's what I'm saying. So,
bro, if you do that, bro, you dirty. You dirty. I'm telling you.
My biggest push right now is to help indie artists with the distribution part of their songs, because like when we upload a song, we just have no control over that. You know what I mean? We're just kind of like handing it to that third party person. And in my opinion, I don't feel like we need that third party. You know what I mean? We should just be able, as an indie artist, to upload our music to like the other streaming platforms without DistroKid or these other United Masters and Muse taking a part of that. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
But the biggest thing with me, especially using with YouTube beats, is some random person can copyright it, which they never bought an exclusive for. And distributors don't have like a way to prove that you bought that exclusive, so people can be copywriting those YouTube beats, and then like I'll upload a song and it'll get copyrighted by some random artist that fuckingly stupidly copyrighted the song.
So he like flagged it.
He like flagged it,
and it wasn't.
But it
legit.
wasn't it. Yeah. So like legally,
Bro.
to be able to copyright something, you either need to produce it completely as yourself,
Yeah,
or buy exclusives. If you have exclusives, you can also do that as well with the beats.
Damn.
But yeah, that's my goal right now, is to help indie artists, because I feel like right now it's just like, it's weird. It's just a weird process for us to upload music.
I agree. They gotta do something about that, especially kind of. I feel like there's like a communication aspect that's like some of the things that go wrong. It's like, it's so inconvenient to fix.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
For sure. So your next step's just to, you said you keep making content. You wanted to go on that more.
I would say so for sure.
Dude, I really like your little videos. We got to make one of those videos for the songs.
Thank you.
Totally. They're huge.
I appreciate it, man.
Shout out to that song too. Yeah, that's a huge song.
Hell
on
yeah.
his album.
No, for real. Yeah, go stream Running Through the 303.
Running Through
Especially
the 303.
if you're always running through the 303. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, dude, how's life outside of music? Yeah, you just been chilling? Do you go to work or anything? Do you
Dude, right now I'm in between jobs. You know, my last job, there's a little fishy stuff going on, you know what I mean? Nothing too bad, just a little bit like policy kind of stuff. It's kind of weird. It's just like, don't want to deal with that. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. I enjoy things where I can make my own schedule, you know what I'm saying? Where I can, you know, potentially like, you know, listen to music or something while doing it. I value that, you know what I'm saying? But when the season hits though, when the Rhino staging season hits, you feel me? Shout out to all the motherfuckers at Rhino Staging. They got a shit ton of motherfuckers in Colorado. That basically we just go and build the fucking stadiums or whatever.
Okay, cool.
The stages. Huge. For like, you know, a lot of the big artists. It's a lot of fun. It's very hard work. It's very like, you have to be very safe. You have to be very careful. You feel me? But it's very interesting to see how that stuff works. I honestly value those type of experiences, you know, where I can do something in the music industry, even if it's not directly rapping. Totally. You feel me? Because I like all that shit. And I'll probably be looking for more jobs like that, you know, throughout the season, depending on what it may be. It doesn't really matter. You feel me? As long as it's music, you know. Sure. Even if I'm fucking working 40 hours somewhere, dude, still in my mind, it's gonna be like business. You know what I mean? It's
for sure. No, totally. Going back into music, who is like, if you had a dream collab, who would it be?
Dude, that's honestly a crazy question to think about if it were just one.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Yeah, just one.
Because I have a lot of people, you know, I look up to, you know, really great artists that I listen to and stuff.
Let's go into that. Yeah, who's like your inspiration? Who like inspired you not only to make music but just like be you, bro? Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, I grew up, you know, listening to a lot of Eminem.
Okay,
you know
huge,
what I'm saying?
huge,
like,
same.
I love that shit, and a variety of stuff. You know what I mean? I was always very into like very kind of poppy. Like if you could like Counting Stars, you know that song?
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Is that what it's called?
I think so.
Right?
I think that's
and by One Republic, shit like that, and like Way Down We Go.
Yeah.
You feel me? By Kaleo. That's like some shit. I'm influenced by that type of sound.
Okay, cool.
You know what I mean?
Huge.
But as far as like more artists, maybe like rappers. I mean Tupac, definitely that sound. As well as a lot of reggae influence too.
More personal, but like, who'd you hang out with in the Erie days? You were hanging out with like Robbie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who else was in your little friend group there? I'm still really close with Robbie. I love Robbie, by the way. Shout out to Robbie.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, shout out Bob,
Robbie.
bro.
Yeah. Bob.
The goat.
Yep. Making reggae still.
Bobbert. Yeah, dude. you know, my brother a lot, to be honest, especially
shout out
like,
to your brother.
And you know what I mean, like Parker Thompson, you feel me? Yubu, you feel me?
Shout out. These are old names.
Fucking Weston, motherfuckers, bro. Some goons, bro. Some goons.
Weston's huge. I still talk to Weston a lot.
Liam Leonard, bro.
Liam Leonard's
goat,
huge.
Bro.
Liam
Shout out
Leonard's
these
the goat.
And
how did our group look like from an outsider group?
That's so funny, bro.
Don't mind me asking. Did we look like pretty bad kids, bro? Be honest.
I mean, I guess if you wanna like put it that way, you guys seem cool. You feel me? And I knew you guys made a lot of music.
Yes.
You feel me?
Sure.
Which I thought was dope as fuck. Yeah. And you were performing and shit, like in Denver and all that type of shit, right?
Yeah,
like,
totally. No, I
thought that shit was dope as fuck.
Do you know Luke Ellis? I don't know if you know Luke. Luke Ellis is the one who showed me how to make music, but it was in like freshman year. Yeah, I made my first song on the school iPad. And I remember I was just like messing around at the time, but everyone really messed with it, so I just kept going from there, which is pretty cool. So shout out to Luke, shout out to all the people in Erie. I don't like Erie, the school in general. If you ever like blew up, would you obviously like give love to your day one homies or anything like that?
Nah, bro. See, first rule of blowing up, bro. Cut them off. Fuck no, bro.
Yeah.
Day one's a day one for a reason, bro.
Yes.
Day one's a day one for a reason, bro. If you do that shit, fuck you. I mean, it's like you never know. You feel me? Because sometimes the day ones be switching. No, you know what I mean?
We know that.
And
firsthand. We know that firsthand.
It's tragic.
What's your like most favorite song you've ever posted before?
That's a pretty good question.
What you're most proud of? Yeah.
I don't know. That's pretty hard to like decide, I guess, because there's kind of like some different criteria. But I would say the one that I would say makes a statement I would want to make most is this song called "With It" from the album called "Turnt."
Can we play that song real fast?
Dude, at first, sure, yeah.
Get that song playing.
At first glance, you might think it's just some, you know what I mean, just some chill shit, but it says some deep shit.
A lot of Denver artists and rappers go by the motto that like it's deeper than rap, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people listen to the song just to like vibe and chill out too, but if you actually listen to the lyrics, we're trying to like spit out a message, you know what I mean? It's truly deeper than rap, truly.
Totally. I would agree with that fully, because like, I mean, from what we were talking about earlier, right? Like, I mean, the cathartic kind of nature of like, you know, speaking your mind, you feel me? Just that, I mean, like, that shit's important.
It is very important for sure. And again, that goes into like the personality wise. I feel like a lot of artists skip that. Yeah, they just upload just something to vibe to, but they're skipping that personality. We want to see who's behind the track, who's making that music.
That's real. For real. Sure. If there's something that you feel like you like, and there's something in you telling you not to do it because of like what someone or anything thinks or some shit, or even what your ego might think, like, you gotta just be in touch with like your true self. Let that shit shine out, you know?
For sure.
I guess that's the songs I connect with most, are the ones where the artist does that.
Yes.
And that's just saying what you mean to the world, bro. That's the best part about, I feel like, just
for sure,
just rapping or being any kind of musician, you know?
Definitely. Do you usually like set up? Do you like set up for a vibe? Do you usually go for like a theme, like this song's gonna be about a breakup or something? You just like freestyle it?
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of different ways that goes, because I'm not too picky on like how the song is like originated.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's like, but when it is a certain mood like that, like a sad one, like about a breakup or some shit, right? I'll try to get into that character, kind of feeling what the lyrics are saying, right? And kind of obviously dim the mood down. I don't think it makes or breaks anything, you feel me? It's just what I like to do.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what I like to do.
For sure.
Yeah.
Would you ever sign to a record label, or would you stay independent forever?
I am going to stay independent forever.
Yeah.
I really want to, because I really value overseeing kind of the whole business, and I want to I want to do a lot more than like just a record label as well. But the nice thing about this kind of business is you kind of work your way up with kind of the brand. We get to that when we get to that.
There is so many artists right now. How do you feel about that? Being in like a sea of millions of artists trying to get to the same place.
Dude, that's deep.
It is deep.
That's
bro.
deep to think about.
There's a lot of artists trying to do what we're doing now, for sure.
Damn, bro. Damn, that's real, bro. And I think it's, it's similar to a lot of, other industries in life, yes, right?
Totally.
People, when they're trying to succeed at a high level, they have to pursue different opportunities and stuff. I feel like being humble in like who you are, so as not to strive for too much, but also to not strive for too little.
Yeah,
feel me? Because I feel like it can also be egotistical to limit yourself too.
There you go. Do you believe in manifestation?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
totally.
yeah. I feel like that almost ties into like spirituality, right? Whoever your God is, your worship or whatever, right? I feel like that almost ties into it because it's kind of like destiny, right? Mm-hmm. You're trying to change your destiny when you're manifesting something almost.
Definitely. My personal belief is just having more people who believe and support you and who are also manifesting that same goal, you'll get there even faster, you know what I mean? Like, that manifestation goal is not only being shared by you, but multiple minds, which is huge. Like, I want you to blow up. I want everyone to blow up, you know what I mean? The more people we have with that mindset, I feel like the more chances we have to that growth.
No cap, dude. I'm with you, bro, and that's just like wanting to help others, you feel me, and all that, and just not even like help necessarily, but just like uplift, do you know what I mean?
Totally.
Just like be there and like be like a good force. I don't know, like not even in some kind of like big way, but literally just like do your thing, you know what I mean? The more people speak their mind, the more people put themselves out there without worrying about trying to make it this way or that, contrary to what they might want and stuff. I feel like that's what we need for sure.
Hopefully we get there. Denver definitely needs to share the light on the music. There's so many talented artists. We got Broken Lens here. Everyone give it up for Broken Lens. Another talented artist in Colorado. Do you want to shout out your socials or anything right there for the end of the interview?
Oh yeah, just follow at Broken Lens Music on any platform.
I'll have it in the description. So. Shout out to Elias. Do you have any upcoming shows or anything you want to promote?
Not shows yet, but
music.
A TBD show. I will say a TBD show. Huge. This year we're gonna do a fucking big one. That's the one.
Huge. Everyone catch Broken Lens. I'll have all the links in the description. Listen to the music. Stream his new album. This is huge. Shout out to the XLVII crew. We got Volume, Gomi, Hopeless, Broken fucking Lens. Let's give it up one more time for that, dude. Yeah, it's huge. That's huge.
I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all having me, yo.
Yes, sir. Check out the concert on the 23rd. I'll have tickets in the description. It's fucking hopeless.